Hello, my name is David St. Germain. I'm going to take you through the basics of setting up a Google Classroom. So once you have logged into your Google account, go to either to your Gmail or to your Google Drive. And at the top right corner, you're going to see this grid. So give that grid a click and click on Google Classroom. This will take you to a page that has badges for each of the classes that you're either a member of, a co-teacher of, or a teacher of. So from here, we're going to create a new class by clicking on the plus sign at the top right, and we're going to click Create Class. Class naming convention we're recommending for elementary school is the teacher's last name, or with a prefix if you'd like, and the grade level. So let's say, Mr. Manual, say grade 3, and for the section, you want to type in the school year. This will help you remember to, at the end of the year, to archive this class so students no longer have to see the badge in front of them, and you won't see the badge in front of you next year when you've got a different set of students that you're working with. And I'm going to go ahead and click Create. You can put subject and room if you'd like. Those aren't really necessary. So it takes a minute for them to create. What they're doing is actually putting a new folder into your Google Drive called Classroom. Please make sure you never delete that folder. It will contain all the classwork given and all the assignments that you do give out. But it's a folder you don't need to worry about or to touch. So here they created the new badge for my classroom. I'm going to go ahead and open that. And they will give you some talking points here, like this is where you can talk to your class. There's a class code here. This helps student join. We'll talk about that in a minute. You don't need a Meet link right here, but if you did want to do Google Meets with your students, you would generate a link, and that would be a permanent link for students to do Google Meets with you. But we want to tweak this. We want to get students in here or figure out how to get students in here and get the rest of the setup taken care of. So at the top right is this gear. And you're going to click on this and you're going to scroll down. A couple things is, do you want to, this is about the invitation code we saw a minute ago. You can turn that off if you don't want other students joining your class. This is a link if you wanted to help them join, and that's the class code. So one of the first decisions that you're going to want to make is whether or not students can post in the stream, which is the stream is the front face of your Google Classroom. And it's actually a great spot for you to have conversations with your students. There are a couple of choices you could have. You could have it that students cannot post, that only teachers can post or put comments on posts. Students can only comment on posts that you make or other teachers in that classroom make, or students can post and comment. My recommendation with starting out is students commenting. So you'd post a question in the stream, and then students would have the ability to click on that and click reply and add a comment. So you could post like a math problem and have students type in the answer. So I would recommend that to start. So students can only comment. Good. Classwork on the stream, we're not going to worry about that too much, but if you do give assignments, this says, do you want the whole assignment to show or something condensed? Or just hide anything to do with classwork? I would just leave condensed there as is for now. We're going to leave this. So guardian summaries are emails that parents or guardians would receive if you have to input the parent's email address into here. They would accept it, and they would get a weekly or daily summary of assignments that were given and of a list of missing assignments. I highly recommend you do not turn this on right now, because then parents will wonder where the assignments are. When they see the word missing assignments, they get nervous. So we're not even using this at the middle school level. I'm not sure if they're using it at the high school level, because people aren't doing their grading in here necessarily. It's just a way for students to hand in work to teachers, but it's being graded and put into PowerSchool. So because we're not using it for the grade function, I always recommend turning this off. And there, when it's got the minus sign, you know it's off. I'm going to scroll down more. We're not going to worry about grades. We're not going to show grades to students. And then once we've made those changes, we're going to go ahead and click Save. From here, the next thing you want to do is add your students, and this can be done in one of two ways. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the third tab here, which says People. And here I can add actually other teachers, co-teachers for the class. Co-teachers can post to the stream. They can put assignments up. It's really recommended that you have a co-teacher. If you have paras working in your room with your students, definitely add them so they can see the assignment that their student has to do. And then to add students, you can either click this plus sign and manually type in by looking up students' names, just by starting their name, clicking on their name and adding them. Or you can invite students by going back to your stream, and showing this class code and having students when they get to Google Classroom enter this code. This would be a lot. I think if you have a class of 24 or so students, I think the best way to do this is to click on people and actually manually add them, so you know who's in and who's not been put into your class. So there are more things that you can do with Google Classroom. I think other than posting an assignment, which will be in the next video, and posting to the stream, this is what you need to know to set it up.